Hi, it's Brothers again. This portion of the video is going to be covering straight shaving. So, I've already stropped my razor. The last video was stropping. A little bit about, just soaking my brush. My brush has still been soaking. It's probably been, 5-10 minutes. I've already taken the liberty of washing my face. It's in the evening, so I like to shave in the evening. It's relaxing to me. Shaving something that's become relaxing and not a mundane task that most people. It's the reason I get into it. It's not something that you just have to hurry up and do with the Mach 16 or whatever the hell's out now. It's something that I enjoy doing. So if I can find the time in the evening, I come in the bathroom, close my door, and just enjoy the time it takes me to straight shave now. So once again, basics. Had my brush soaking. Brush has been soaking now, 5 minutes. Of course, I'm using Tabic. I always put a little bit of water on top of the Tabic. It softens up top of the soap. Well, any soap you use. Put a little bit of water on top. Softens up the soap. Brush is good and heavy now, full of moisture. So, bear with me because I videotape myself. So, always try, flick the brush out a little bit. Leave a little bit of moisture in it, but you don't want to let it get too dry. I'm actually done with this water now, so I'm going to dump it out and set my scuttle off to the side. We're not using the scuttle today, but scuttle's a good investment. You can whip lathering and whatnot. Water that's on top, dump it out. Run some water. It's going to be a little loud, but bear with me. Even though the brush has been soaking, the water, actually I guess it was a little bit longer than 5. It kind of got just air cool, so heat the brush back up some. Let it just get a little warm. We're going to flip the water out of it, just a couple flakes, and they're not hard flakes, the brush is still pretty wet, so a little moisture on top. Start whipping up lather on top. Actually what this is we're loading the brush, so I'm trying to do this with one hand and videotape with the other, so bear with me. So get the brush loaded up. It really doesn't take much soap, to load a brush properly you don't need that much soap. And it's just, you don't have to whip lather on top of the soap dish or whatever. And even with like this Tabic's actually, it's molded into the bowl. But most of the times, like my other soaps, like when I get Colleen soap from the Gentleman's Quarter, I take the puck and I actually melt it into some kind of container. This soap has been melted into the container. It's solid, it's in there. That way I don't have to chase a puck of soap around. My brother actually gave me, oh gosh, I don't even know, this is some stuff from Canada. Benton Clay maybe? It's a lime soap. It's just sitting in there because I haven't put it in a container yet. I've used it, but it's just sitting in a big ass soup mug, which is heavy and kind of nice. So, with my lather, load my brush up. So, now, since I'm filming by myself, we're kind of going to have to make this work, I guess. Try to get it in a spot we can film, spot you can see me. I'm going to be rinsing my razor and stuff like that, so we're going to miss just a little bit here and there, but I'll try to get it in as close as I can get it. Try to explain everything I'm doing. Well, basic lathering. Loaded our brush, high face lather. Just start whipping on my face. Building my lather up. It's still a little wet, but I have extremely hard water, so Tapic's one of those soaps it's actually really hard to lather with. Kind of figured out what works for me. Your water, I can't say what's going to work for anyone else. Tim, Phil, it's just one of them things you guys are going to have to figure out. Tim, I know where you're at. Your water's probably a little hard, but up here it's extremely hard. Calcium, whatever, so Tabic's a soap that actually will dry out on me quick, but I still love using it. And like using Colleen soap or, soap from SRD or soap from anyone else, it's not as bad, but this stuff, it's a pain. So I always kind of make it a little wet, and it will dry on me, but it's part of it. So face lather, normally I take my time with this. The brush starts building good, thick lather. I got a little bit of water running right now, so I can actually dip, if I feel it getting dry, I can just get a little bit more moisture on the ends of the brush and then start whipping a little bit more. Try to work it up, working that lather in with the brush, helps soften up the hair. I took the liberty actually before I started this video and washed my face. I always wash my face, just hot water, regular soap. You know, go through and help soften up the whiskers. Actually, from what I've read, it actually removes the oil from the whiskers and actually makes them a little bit stiffer. And it makes them easier to cut. Face has a lot of oil in it. When you remove the oil, the hair's not as soft actually. I've read that. I couldn't tell you if it's true. I'm not a fucking scientist. So, we'll see. Anyways, whipping lather. It's a hair dry, so I'm going to get the tip of the brush just a hair wet. Keep whipping. I'm liking the lather. I've already taken the liberty. The first video is actually me stropping the razor I'm going to use. Boca Red Engine, 5/8 full hog ground, spike point. Nothing too fancy with the razor, but it's a good shaver. Alright, lather's getting to where I like it. Just kind of spread it around. It doesn't have to be thick, but this lather, I mean, it's, you know, it's a good lather. It is actually pretty thick, but on the face it doesn't have to be too thick. So, now me personally, I'm ambidextrous. When you're new, learning to shave, use both hands if you can. It's something that's a little uncomfortable. You're getting the feeling for it anyways. You might as well learn to use both hands from the start. There's just parts of your face that I think are easier to shave with one hand. Parts are easier to shave with the other. So, razor, once again, Boca Red Engine 101, full all ground, black scales. So, I get my razor a little damp right off the start, just a little bit of water on it. I coat all my razors in just regular mineral oil. I like using mineral oil because mineral oil is something that you can absorb into the skin. I mean, you can drink the stuff. You know, they use it for laxatives, so it's safe. It's not like using WD-40 or something that's not good for the skin. Anyways, always when you rinse your razor off, go in with the spine instead of the edge, just in case you come near the sink, you don't want to hit it. So we'll try to get this in view the best we can. Start with my left sideburn, left-handed. Pull the skin up towards the ear. Light touches. You're pretty much just gliding the razor across your face. This is a spot, for me, right on the edge of the sideburns. It's kind of tough to see, but you just learn to do it. Always pulling the skin up on this first pass. First pass is always with the grain. Try to keep the skin tight. You don't want to fold up. Just going down the cheeks. Gonna go down the neck a little bit here, kind of under. Once we get up, you know, I can actually, by pulling my skin, I can shave pretty far down onto my neck. You can see underneath the chin line there where it's pretty far down on the neck. Now I'll move to this side of the neck. Once again, the razor's actually just gliding across my skin. Your angles, you know, as far as from the skin, having the blade, you don't want it tilted out very far. Optimum, everyone says 25-30 degrees, so when you're starting, sometimes, you know, there's spots where 20 will be easier, 25 might be easier. So now the left side of my face is done, so move to the right side. Like I said, you know, filming myself, so I'll try to get it focused. Same deal, pulling up from the ear, just coming down the cheek. This is gonna be my with the grain pass. I will do a two pass shave. First with, and then a hybrid across and with, or against the grain passes. So, like down to the neck, extremely light. Alright, it's both cheeks, sideburns, and neck's done. So, and now we'll come across mustache. It's kind of odd because I'm actually using the little receptacle on the camera to see this, so bear with me. Chin, a lot of people have trouble with the chin. I just try to always leave a little spot, because when I go across my neck, I come in about as close as I can get to my chin, and, you know, keeping a good angle on the razor. Then the rest of it, I come down into it, shape as far down into it as I can, then you always end up with that little spot there. I'm just, you know, over time I've learned what works for me.